in today's Ding Dong, should we preserve traditional jam-making recipes? Well, with ministers... You think so? With ministers suggesting we reduce the level of sugar in jam to comply with new EU regulations, we're left wondering, is this the end of the EU regulations at 3 o'clock in the afternoon? A bit heavy, isn't it, really? Is it the end of the British breakfast as we know it? Find out a little later. Now, last week, ministers discussed new plans to reduce the sugar content of jam to 50% to comply with EU regulations, rather than the 60% minimum here in the UK. Will this end the traditional British breakfast as we know it? Will Europe stop wasting its time taking sugar out of jam and do something that really makes a difference to our lives? Jam maker Vivian Lloyd believes that these new rules will destroy the quintessential British characteristics of traditional jam, whereas jam entrepreneur Clippy McKenna believes the proposed changes will not only make the product healthier, but also more appealing to a wider market. It's a storm in a jam pot. Oh, dear. Let's hope it doesn't get too messy. Guests at the top table over there, you've got your samples on there for you to try, to get tasting. Lester, I'll be asking your opinions, and there's some people in the front row who've also got samples down there. But for now, let battle commence, ladies. Off you go. You want to keep it as it is?
I want to keep it as it is because I am keen to see traditional British jam and marmalade, a quality product available to consumers.
And it's been on the go for how many years? Jam, how long has it been established as a preserve or a conserve or whatever?
Well, as a preserve with the 60%,
yeah.
Since about the late 1920s.
Good heavens above, Tippy. You don't want to change this British institution, do you?
I don't want to change it. I just want to be a level playing field. I started at home in 2008, making jam from my apple trees in the back garden. I wanted to help protect British apple orchards.
Yeah.
And then, lo and behold, I go and make something that has less sugar in it and more fruit.
Right, but you think it tastes as good with less sugar in?
I do, personally, but I would, because I make it.
You make it.
And then the thing is that I've been doing this since 2008. My, obviously, people buy my product. It's available in the supermarkets, and they think it's tasty.
It's a storm in a jam pot, then it doesn't sound as if it's going to be any different at all.
Well, it will be different because, I mean, obviously, Michelle has been preserving for a long time and she works with apples, and apples are very high in pectin acid. Yeah. But if you, say, try to make a jam with cherries, for example, it's difficult to set a cherry jam.
You see, we get technical problems here then as well without sugar.
Yeah, definitely. And this is how it's all come about. Basically, I'm in a jam no man's land.
Yeah.
So my product that's sold in UK supermarkets is in a space where it can't be called a jam, and this is the whole issue, basically.
Yeah. Guys, you've been tasting there. Any particular difference between them? One's in a muffin and one's in a scone. Do you know which is which?
Nope.
Really, Tim, you can't tell the difference?
Well, I've only had one so far.
Well, I'll have another one.
I've had a taste of both, and for me, I always find anything a little bit too sugary.
Yeah.
I mean, the fruit, if I can taste the fruit, then I'm happy.
Yeah.
So I prefer, actually, the one with less sugar.
Are people on the front row, then? Raise your hands if you think you can taste the difference down there. Yeah. Can you tell the difference? Gentlemen on the end count. Which one do you think's the sugar, well, the one with sugar in, the muffin or the scone?
The muffin is sweeter.
The muffin is sweeter. Would you all agree with that? Well, you're quite wrong, because that's the one with less sugar in it. So fat lot, you know. So there we are. Isn't this going to be a thing? Is this a storm in a jam pot? Are people going to be able to tell the difference when it's gone down to 50%?
They will be able to tell the difference because it will be a different product.
That gentleman won't, but the rest of them will. It will be a different product.
It will be a different product, and it won't be regulated. So if you're a consumer, you go into a supermarket, you will see a row of jams. You'll pick your jam off the shelf, take it home. Everything will be called a jam, but it will be a different product.
So, you see, it's just meddlesome Europe, isn't it, really, here? Getting in the way. I'm sorry, but, you know, if they sorted us out with proper things and left our jams alone... Listen at him going on. But you obviously feel the same, really, about it.
Yeah, so I think at the end of the day, we all love jam. We all love making it. I love it. My first brownie badge was marmalade, and I was 10.
Bless.
I know.
It
was a long time ago, yeah. So I think at the end of the day, it's just about whatever you prefer.
Yeah.
And I do hope that the law does get changed so that I can call what I make a jam. It tastes like jam, it smells like jam, it looks like jam.
OK, she wants it changed.
Yeah.
She doesn't. We've heard what our guests have had to say, but we want to know your thoughts. You can reach us via our Facebook page or by emailing alan@itv.com. Plus, at the end of the show, our lovely studio audience, as you can see, have got enormous taste. Well, one man has. We'll be revealing who they think has claimed victory in today's Ding Dong. Thank you, sir. Can your opinions sway their vote? Now, earlier we debated whether traditional jam recipes should meet a sticky end and be replaced by healthier versions, which include less sugar. Just before we reveal what our audience think, let's see what you say at home. Yes, they should. Lana on Facebook says, oh, she says, leave our jam alone. I love jam because it's jam, otherwise I'm just buying slosh. Oh, I don't know, we quite like the taste of this slosh. Patricia on Facebook says, we never used to have dreadfully high sugar contents we have now. They play on a love of sweetness. They should be forced to reduce the amount of sugar. And as you said, Darcy, it is actually healthier to have less sugar in there.
Yeah, well,
as long as
with
it's
my
still
kids, I was always kind of push the
avoid
low
heavy
sugar. Yeah.
Good point. So if you agree with Vivian that we should be preserving our traditional British jam recipes, please raise your blue paddle if, like Clippy, you think it's time for jam to move with the times and become healthy in the process. Vote yellow now! Ooh, it's a mixture. I think we'll call that a dead heat. There's just more, I think, of the yellow and healthy. That's it for today. Back tomorrow with Robert Vaughan, Gareth Malone and American musical legend Johnny Mathis.